My affiliation with the military started when I was a young boy. My pops did 20 years in the Army. He was a MP. Grew up near or on a military base, lived on a military base, then moved off base till I graduated high school, I guess. And also I got to travel a little bit in high school. About 9th grade, I was fortunate enough to go to Paris and Madrid. First team I played on as far as, I guess, school goes was 7th grade. I basically didn't get a chance to shine until my senior year. I played point then. To be honest, a lot of my points, even in college, mostly came from just driving to the cup, finishing around the basket. It wasn't until the NBA and I had a good year with Golden State. I shot about 41% from the three-point line. Now I'm labeled as that shooter, so it's tough because I feel like I can do more. I can dribble, pass. But you know, in this profession, in this league, you gotta play your role as well. So, you know, I get them extra shots up behind that three-point line after practice. The biggest names I can remember playing against would have been Dwight Howard and Josh Smith, because they played for the Atlanta Celtics. But for my high school, my county, it was big that we won the district 3 years in a row. My high school had never did that. And to be player of the year in the district and all state and all that, I had the confidence to say, okay, now I'm ready to play D1. My goal is to play D1. At first, they'll start off with some D2s, then I got some D1s. Now, I initially thought I was gonna go to Coastal Carolina, which is out of Myrtle Beach, and they fell back. And VMI was there the whole time. So I ended up going there. VMI is Virginia Military Institute based in Virginia. A military school gives you military training if you want it. You have the option to commission into any service. I mean, you pretty much go through everything else that most military students or what the military goes through. You definitely build up a lot of value just from having to be disciplined, having to listen. That's like one of the biggest things, to listen. The best thing I learned at VMI was to do what they say. You can make things easy for yourself, you can make things hard for yourself. It took me a while to learn that, because in the beginning, my first 2 years, I made things very hard for myself. I didn't want to listen, I didn't want to do what they said, I just wanted to play basketball. In my last 2 years, it was the easiest. I'm like, man, I should have did this before. Cool thing that I get to do at VMI is you get to travel to one of the bases. It's called FTX. They take you to a base and you kind of get to see workings of the Air Force or the Army, whichever one. My agent called me and said, hey, it's this money on the table from France. I did 1 full year in France, and then I went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the NBA D-League. It's not as bad as everybody thinks. I've been a fan of NBA since I was a little kid. Of course I knew Don Nelson, like I knew when he played in Boston and all that. The most memorable moments I have with Golden State is playing in the game and actually starting. When we won, we beat Minnesota, and he became the all-time winners coach in the NBA. But then the lockout came, and I went to Spain actually during the lockout. From being in Charlotte, not playing, to being like, dang, what's my next move gonna be? To be here, to have an opportunity and to play in a game. Just keep grinding, staying humble, focused, man. That tunnel vision is mother boy, and you gotta have it. Trying to reinvent myself and just stay here, man, as long as I can.